Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sonic
Part
Adventure 2
six
Dark
of
Side,
Eggman!
the final part, and now
Part
we can
6 of
stop
Eggman!
wallowing in our self-pity. And of course, we start off with Eggman's ugly face and Meditine's ugly
Eggman's
voice.
the greatest, boy!
But yes,
Meditine,
the final
shut up.
part of the
I
dark
love
side.
you too.
Yeah, final part. Yeah. King, say hi. Where'd you go, King?
King, say hi.
Go home.
I want to go home.
I wanna go home.
Now we
Shut
come
up.
to...
Eggman part. Eggman fight.
Yep. Now let's see how good Sim is. Actually, I know Sim never used the Olay cannon.
It's because he's not stupid enough to get that close to Tails without taking that.
You're a liar! What just happened right there?
Missiles.
Oh no! Yoshi! Oh. Use the Olay! Olay that mofo! Run! Yoshi!
You liar, Sim. You told me you blew through him so fast he couldn't do that.
Yes!
But yeah.
Huh.
He used it
And
once.
like that...
There was no
and like-
Kamehameha wave sound effect.
Who cares? I'm not stupid.
You're the
But that was-
DBZ Bible, remember?
Yeah, what about it?
You don't
Shut
live
up.
to your name.
Actually, they never put in a reason why Shadow went back to the space colony arc.
They never
Because-
explained why Sonic thought Shadow was not a fake hedgehog. What? Where did they get that from
I
anyway?
explained the reasons, but the last time we seen Shadow, he was in Eggman's base on Earth. What made him come back to the arc?
Make sure that the thing was done so they can blast the Earth or blast into the Earth. Why would he stay on Earth?
Well, the same reason why is why did Egg? Well, yeah, you got a good point. I can't argue that. But considering that Shadow went straight to Rouge, he already had faith that Eggman could do his part.
Well, he went to Rouge because he knew something was up.
No, not really. Yeah, sort of, because out of everything we've seen so far, Rouge has proven to be the most unreliable.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because she's the government.
the government.
Shut up.
Rouge is the government.
You know,
He is the government.
That explains so much, but at the same time, it doesn't explain enough.
See, that's why GUN stands for Rouge the Bat.
What? Oh, I gotta remember that line. G-U-N.
He's not wrong.
Okay. I now gotta make a fan character.
I would have boobs as my president.
Okay. Well, I mean,
This scene is too deep for Rouge.
Well, see, she's the most
Deeper than all the men that
unreliable.
go into her.
What?
Well, she's kind of curious as to what Shadow is supposed to be. I mean, from the picture she had, the ultimate life form was a giant lizard thing, but Shadow doesn't look anything like that. So she's thinking, are you
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I hate-
What did you? Oh,
He didn't
That
die,
worked.
bro.
For once, that
Said, oh
actually...
crap.
okay. I mean, I know it's easy to die in this stage, but god dang, that was a little too easy. That would have been a little too easy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well, at least he's not
he had
dealing with
enough
what I
skill
went
to get
through.
back.
So,
And I
anyway.
hate the artificial chaos on this stage. Where the hell are you going?
I'm not gonna
Oh no
lie.
no yes.
I'm not gonna lie. The whole idea of the artificial chaos is kind of interesting. It's too bad they never really go into detail about them.
I
mean,
want to know how
Ge-
Gerald
Shadow the
discovered
Hedgehog
chaos.
attempted to talk about them.
Didn't Gerald know of the Master Emerald at one point?
Well, see,
Did
but
he
that's
know
the
of
thing
his
that gets me.
past?
Where did the idea, or how did Gerald get the idea for the artificial chaos, and why did he, decide to model robots after it?
That's what I'm kind of curious on.
What
What am I?
ah!
What I'm also curious on is why those things have been around for so long. Because if you play Shadow the
Correct.
Hedgehog, when you play Shadow the Hedgehog, those things are there as well.
I mean, I figured that. It was just, you know,
That
Oh,
is
you
what
terrible.
the
feel-
inspiration is. I mean, not
Well,
the
yeah,
inspiration.
that's why everybody avoids that. Tourette's avoids that little thing.
What were you saying, Sketch?
I just want to know how Gerald learned of chaos. Is he in a history book? Did Tikal, like, give him a vision? Did the master...
Dig it, Stim!
Did the Master Emerald
Out of
shatter
everything
during
to die in
Gerald's
this stage,
lifespan?
you die by a goddamn missile. Why? Why?
Hey, Meta, calm down. I gotta listen to some sensible stuff that Sketch is trying to tell me.
I
Yeah,
just
Wait,
man.
wanna
sensible
know.
boy.
It's like, what? How did he learn about chaos? Did Tikal give him a vision? Did the Master Emerald shatter during his lifetime? I mean,
Did-
I have so many questions.
I thought there was one point where Gerald knew of the Master Emerald. Maybe he knew of its history.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That was one of the questions I asked. Is chaos in a history book? But then that tells me the humans know more about the Chaos Emeralds than what it seems.
Well, okay. What would be kind of confusing about that is, you know, how
God,
would
this must be how Sim feels like when all three of us are talking in his own playthrough. Sim,
What?
tell us how you feel about this game.
I
But
was
this game-
trying to say something, but all right.
Well, King,
I,
finish.
I'm getting on Sim's balls because he isn't saying anything during his own goddamn playthrough.
Why are you getting on Sim's balls?
Yeah,
Not in
why?
a
alright.
real sense. Because he isn't saying anything for his own goddamn game.
I'm sorry,
Well,
King.
because King and Wesley are like talking about, you know.
I like how you call me
Stuff.
Wesley, Tim.
Sorry.
Oh, yay! Finally, that's like what, 2 to 3 members here who people know their real names?
Well, I mean, your
James.
name's is James and King's name is Elijah, so what difference is
Oh,
it?
cool! Now everybody knows their secret identity is King. We gotta move to Canada now.
What's in Canada? I'm still mad here, King. What did you want to tell me? Or what were you gonna say?
Ah.
'Cause we
What
were
I was
talking
trying to
about-
get at was
Okay.
if it couldn't have been a moment where he would know more about it than, you know, Chaos than say anyone else. Because it wouldn't make sense for him to know more about it, but Knuckles to not know anything about the Master Emerald, especially since Knuckles is supposed to be guarding it and is around it at all times.
I thought
which
Knuckles knew of chaos.
He seems to have not, because remember in SA1 when Chaos first came out, he didn't know what it was.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, he went as so far as to ask them, what did they do with the Master Emerald?
I'm thinking he came from it. Another thing that I'm kind of curious on is
See, Meta, back in the hero story, there were actually lyrics that you were singing to this.
I
Can you
forgot.
stop? Can you stop for 1 second? What I'm kind of curious on is when did Knuckles actually get the Master Emerald?
Well, I thought Knuckles was the guardian, so I thought it was kind of bestowed upon him.
By
his
who?
family.
His race was destroyed. Was he around when that happened?
You know what?
He
King,
obviously
King,
had to be.
King,
He
you're
had to
bringing
have
in
been
a really
born.
big point. I don't think they ever specified if Knuckles' race was wiped out.
Well,
But that's the thing that doesn't make any sense. How long ago was the Echidna race wiped out?
See, it couldn't have been that long because Knuckles had to have been born. In most Sonic sources, like, you know, Bibles or instruction manuals say that Knuckles is about 16. So obviously, it had to have happened, you know, sometime after his birth. Unless by wiped out, meaning that his the tribe went from like a near really large colony to just a couple of families.
That doesn't make sense. Then because he calls himself the last.
Yeah, but
You
that
know,
means
he's-
everyone would have had
Well,
to
I
have died,
mean-
including his parents, after his birth.
Well, I mean, King, the only place I know that gives you like somewhat an accurate source of how Knuckles guards the Master Emerald is Sonic Underground.
Well, that in the comics.
It still doesn't make sense because
Oh,
Why?
how did he survive that? How did he survive Chaos's as a baby? But everyone else died. Even though
Never-
Knuckles is a poo-poo head.
They never specified how, there is no next time. They never specified how Knuckles' race survived the whole ordeal.
Huh. I mean, maybe we can go by Sonic Chronicles if you count that game as canon, and how
Ew.
there is a whole new, how there's a whole new set of echidnas out there. They just got stuck in another dimension or whatever.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, then that brings into the topic of Emerald, because you have to remember how advanced they are.
Yeah, it's always
Then
funny
you ask,
because
why is Knuckles an idiot?
I just find it funny because it's like in Chronicles, he's seen as the last, but then you run into this whole other echidna race, and then Knuckles feels, off. You always thought he was the last, when in reality there was a whole new set of, a whole nother, race of echidnas, or a whole nother part that was just in another dimension. And he ran into them. So,
That's so
and in the
weird.
comics, he's not the last at all.
Well, yeah, in the comics, it shows that his race really wasn't wiped out. They kind of went into hiding.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I think it's different now due to the fact that they've rebooted. Which was something I wanted to touch on. In the hero story, I was ranting about how the Sonic comics sucked. Well, the reason being is I don't like Compender's. And I think Compender's writing is horrible for the most part. So, now that they've rebooted the comic, it's a lot better.
Compender's only got good for me by the time he introduced Chaos.
Even then, it was just like, every time he kept having those storylines with Mina Mongoose and the flip-flop drama with Sally Acorn, it was just published fan fiction.
Yeah.
So once Ken Penders got the boot and they rebooted everything, it's so much better. It's
I
so
miss
good.
Scorch though, and the the anti-freedom fighters.
I mean, I like Scorch, but the thing about Scorch is just he seems like an alternative to Shadow.
Funny, I thought he was the original Shadow.
Well, he's kind of like an alternative to Shadow before Shadow existed, because But he's like an alternative to Shadow. He just has Sonic's personality, and well, to be honest, he really isn't, because Scourge is evil, Shadow's not, and they don't have the same personality or the. Yeah, he turned green because the Master Emerald can do that, but whatever.
Yeah, wanted to, the Master Emerald decide.
King, you just reminded me. Sketch, when are you gonna cover Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Soon.
I like this part. It's the first time you ever see Sonic ever do Chaos Control in battle.
Yeah, also, speaking of that, foreshadowing.
I hate this boss fight.
It's simple. Just
F
keep
this boss.
Just mash homing attack.
You died?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What? I need to know.
How didn't even show you're dead. You just.
How did you die from this boss? How did you die from this boss? Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
You know what?
It doesn't go on for that long, does it?
I died a few times.
Goodbye, Will.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the intro to that fight where you just see him running really fast. It's just so awesome.
Oh wait, hold on. We're talking about SA2 again? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So anyway.
So guys, here's the end. Eggman has all 7 Chaos Emeralds and will take over the world. Sonic failed. Shadow beat him. Knuckles died. Tails was stuck in an orphanage.
And,
that reminds me of my favorite
Amy
episode
committed
of
suicide.
The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, actually.
Amy became a whore.
No, she committed suicide.
Oh.
She was found in her room with a noose and a picture of Sonic.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the whole warning thing right there. In the original Dreamcast version, that warning is replaced with danger, but for some goddamn reason, on the credits of every game of SA2, they keep the warning in there. They don't even bother removing it.
Yeah, well, it just means he actually has the fake emerald.
Wait, he
See-
put the fake one
see
in there? I
that-
thought it was the real one.
See, that was
No,
my thing. I felt
Sonic
like.
has the fake emerald.
See, I always felt the real plot hole was that eventually Sonic had the real emerald, which is why he was able to do Chaos Control, and Robotnik took the fake emerald. So when he put it in the Eclipse cannon, it didn't work because it was a fake emerald.
Huh.
Yeah, and then last story happened, and then your fan fiction turned to trash.
I mean, It has some credibility to that, especially since it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the two. They literally look the exact same.
Because that means this game sucks then.
I love this game though. It's such a product of its time.
Dark Side story, everybody.
Well,
Oh yeah,
I
we
like
gotta
the
give
game.
our thoughts.
I like the game for what it is, but like, there's a lot of plot holes.
Oh god.
Mad Space is horrible. I don't really care for the treasure hunting stage. I love the music, but it's just, I don't know. Sonic. I mean, I like the game. Sometimes it's just kind of frustrates me.
My turn, because I'm tired of going last.
Okay.
This game would have been so much better if Sim went super super Eggman, but the game's
What? How does one go Super Eggman?
You gotta get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, boy, in every special stage.
Well, give me the cheat to get all of them instead.
I
Yeah,
won't know.
simply you go to the options and you have to go to the sound test and you input these numbers.
Oh.
And then you press start, get 50 rings, and then you jump, and then you have all the emeralds in Sonic 2.
Ah,
Thank you, Sketch.
So anyway,
Alright, who wants to give their 411 next?
King, I think you should.
I mentioned it as time for a while. I like the game. I really do like the dark side, especially because it's kind of like, the very first time you get to play as a team that's going up against Sonic and the others who are the main characters. They were adding this whole. They were doing something that was different this time. Instead of Sonic, just being the lone hero, going on to take over the world, not take over the world, save the world from being taken over. You have Shadow in, and they kind of add this whole new dynamic to the series. Sonic's now seen as a villain. He now has his rival that can do everything he can do. You have this, you can now play as Eggman for the first time. Knuckles has a rival who's causing him trouble trying to get all the Master Emerald pieces. Everyone has a counter, and it really expands on things, taking it to a whole new direction that we don't even see today anymore. Wish they would go back to it.
And for me, I'm partial to the game, but like a lot of reviewers nowadays, I only really like half the game. When it comes to the dark side story, I like Eggman stages, I like Shadow stages, and Rouge's stages. I like them as much as Knuckles, but I do like Rouge's a bit better because I think Security Hall is good. Just the time limit is ridiculous. That chamber is not so bad, but the only thing about Eggman stages is that I think the only ones I really like is Cosmic Wall and Weapons Bed. Don't really care for the prison level because, like Tails, it can get very crowded and dark. I don't like the Sand Ocean because I hate the desert levels. And I like Shadows, but he only has so many levels. He's only got 4?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, he has 4.
Yeah, and
Final Rush, Radical Highway, Sky Reel, and Green Forest.
And White Jungle. And it's I'm partial, but I do feel the game has really aged, and it needs to be remade.
I would just love another game in the adventure style. But after games like Sonic 06, everyone's saying, oh no, you can't make one like that because remember 06? As if that that alone is not a good enough reason as to why they can't go back to something like that. There's a lot of reasons.
Well, speaking of 06, you gonna play that game, King?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll just do that.
I'd rather we open that up to volunteers.
I would be that one guy who will literally sit there and say that the game, yeah, sure, the game is a mess, but it is nowhere near as bad as everyone likes to make it out to be. In fact, when I would play, I wouldn't even run into as many glitches as people run into. I mean, I'll run into a few, but then I'll run through the game and you won't even notice much. And I don't even play it a certain way. The only one I abuse is Silver because screw Silver. So.
But let's not talk about 06. The last thing I'll say is that, yeah, the story is... It's fun, and it's something I want to like, but it's filled with plot holes. Professor Gerald is a plot hole in of himself. Like, just everything about him and his role in the story is a plot hole. And I could go in depth, but
Hold on.
I'd rather do a video on that myself.
You gotta save that for the last story because
Well-
Gerald is the main character in that story.
Good
Well,
point.
everything about Gerald and anything Gerald related, gun, his whole thing with the chaos, you know, Shadow.
Spoiler
almost
alert.
Everything is. Well, it's been like what 16 years since Sonic Adventure 2 came out. It
Yeah.
can't be spoiled at this point. If
Good
you
point.
if you don't
I
know the
didn't play,
if you don't know the
I didn't
plot
play
line,
Sonic Pocket Adventure until like last year.
this game's
Right.
60 years old.
Well, we'll finish it up in the last story. Till next time, in the last story.